Now, this is done by the enemies of Africa.
Yeah.
Even our own groups here, we monitor them with intelligence. Here, of course, we have very good intelligence, and we know them. Like, for instance, we have got two Kenyans whom we arrested.
Mm.
They have been with us. I have their names, but I don't remember their names. They came. They were working with Chagulanyi's group. That they are experts in riots. Of course, with our very good intelligence system, we picked them up, and they have been in the fridge for some days.
They are cooling.
Now, some Kenyan leaders rang me and said that I should hand them back I should either put them in jail here or hand them back. So we are going to, but you could see we are monitoring all of them. They all have connection with foreign countries, foreign groups funding them what these foreigners apparently want. Like Uganda, they are very worried about Uganda. Uganda is moving. Very strong. Industry is growing. We don't lack anything. We have all the food, we have all the raw materials, we have all the industrial products. We are now going to get our oil. So they are very worried. And some of them have been talking with our confused people. That they should have contracts, how to control our national parks, how to do this, how to do that. So those are the groups sponsoring these children to do bad things. But they are easy to deal with. For us, we have no problem. We dealt with them. They've been trying to do it for a long time. They've been twagala kocha Kampala. We are not going to coach. So we pick them, and then after some time they will release them. It's no problem at all for us. Because you remember, like the other time there was Taja Koraira. Yes. But I must warn the ones who are misleading these children.
Yes.
Because sometimes the children, like when they had those riots of 2020, November, I think it was November 18th.
Oh, yes.
When they write that Chagulanyi has been arrested, there were the riots, they were Kocha Kampala. Then the army intervened and crushed them. And some of the children died. So the ones who are doing that game here in Uganda, they will end up badly. We normally defeat it by counter mobilization, counter action.
Thank you.
But what they want is to control the resources of Africa. Because Africans also may make their own mistakes, but even if they make mistakes, why do you riot? Because you see, when you may burn Museveni's house, thinking that this is Museveni's house. That Museveni's house is not Museveni's house. Museveni is just there as an agent, but it is our house. All of us. Any house in Uganda is ours.
Oh, yes.
Why? Because the cement that built it paid tax.
Oh, yes.
And the tax which the cement paid, the mitayimbwa, whatever the house is using, most of the time has got some tax on it. And that tax is the one which can give free education to our children.
Oh, yes.
So I think Todwong has a problem. He has not educated our people clearly to know that private property actually our property. If you see somebody with a huge hotel, me, I also have shares there. So, not legal, not in the documents, but the cement which built that house, the electricity, he paid tax.
Yeah.
Paid tax on it. If he had built the house in India, where would we have gotten the tax from? Anybody who does anything here is actually doing it for us, directly or indirectly. So I think this is the weakness of Todong. He has not sensitized us about what patriotism means. You shouldn't ban anything. If you are angry, you can demonstrate, you can stand on the, you go in the Kororo and you show that we are not happy. You don't attack anybody. Why do you attack? Just show that I'm not happy. I don't agree with what you are doing. But you don't destroy, because suppose you now take over now. You are the new government. Where will you start? If you have already banned all these, why don't you want to take over something that is
established?
Is established. What's the problem? So I think Todong here needs to educate us. Yeah, you have people saying factory Young Wind. There is no factory Young Wind here in Uganda. All the factories are ours. If I go to India and build a factory there, it will be a factory of India. They will not say the factory Owente or Uganda. It will be my factory, but in India. It's part of the Indian wealth. Okay?
Your Excellency, I am Judith Amsgut. I work with Step Radio here in Mbale City. We are still in campaigns and elections soon approaching. What assurance do you have for us Ugandans and visitors in terms of security?
That what?
What assurance do you have for us Ugandans and visitors in terms of security?
Security?
I think she's referring to the after election, maybe the possible. Yeah.
No, nobody can play it around here. You go and play those games in other parts of Africa, but not here. We normally follow all those shallow things. And some of our young people also misinform the foreigners. They think that Uganda is just like, I don't know what, but nobody can disturb our peace. Anybody who disturbs, we shall just pick him on. That's the end of the story. And we are very strict also. We are with our lawyers. We no longer want this game. Somebody has done a bad thing, then he's given bail. Comes like a game. We are insisting that, please, and I'm glad even the courts are quite serious now. They no longer give bail to all these wrongdoers. Nobody will disturb our peace. If anybody tries, we shall easily deal with him. You saw what happened to people who came from near the border in Congo. They were finished in a very short time. Okay, Mwanya Navi.